Hey there, Regina ladies. Loran Wild here. I'm going to be facilitating Sisterhood Bliss, which is a belly dance class that Prairie Lotus Studio will be hosting starting this Wednesday, November the 7th at 6 and running for 4 weeks. I wanted to make this video just to give you a little bit of an introduction to me and to what got me interested in doing Sisterhood Bliss, or I guess gathering women around this topic. So I'm going to show you this here. This is the evidence that a lot of thought and introspection goes into preparing myself for a class. I call it consulting my muse. So when I consulted the muse, the word sisterhood came up, and it called to mind some ancient traditional gatherings or community placings of where women gathered and what happened there. So I'm just going to list the 4 that had come to my mind. There may be more. So these were gatherings of women that actually fostered sisterhood, okay? So the first one is harems. So harems has a connotation of sisterhood, and men were not permitted there. Covens, as you might be familiar after we've just come out of Halloween. Temples where priestesses would gather for the purpose of worship. Red tents, where nomadic women would gather. Now, in these places, I'm hoping you can imagine that it wasn't just about singing and dancing and, celebrating everything with each other. Sometimes real work happened in these sisterhood gatherings. They would share and learn together. They cared and supported each other through hard times, and they inspired and motivated each other to take action. And that is part of my intention with Sisterhood Bliss, is that we will sing and dance, and we will talk, and we might cry, and we will definitely laugh. And I just wanted to make sure I'm clear that I can go with that flow. So what I want to make sure you understand is that you are welcome. Belly dancing is diverse. It is for every woman. It's not about culture. So there will be lots of different kinds of music and words. I love all different diversity of human culture. Belly dancing is for women of all shapes and sizes and status. It doesn't matter tall, short, big, small. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. You can be old, young, whatever. Sisterhood embraces this notion that women are all kinds of expressions and all kinds of masterpiece. So you are welcome. You are welcome just as you are. The skill level in Sisterhood Bliss is not about performing at all. It's about expressing, yes, and inspiring each other, yes, but it's not about impressing anybody. So I'll share with you because it's 4 weeks, I generated 4 topic ideas that are potentially going to be presented or facilitated, I guess would be the word. So the first one is this aspect of bliss, and this is where we find attunement with our needs as well as our pleasure, and accelerating them or expanding them, which is a very feminine thing to do, expansion into bliss. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about feminine instincts that both sabotage our sisterhood and support our sisterhood. So these are these dual instincts of flight, fight, and freeze, and then tend and befriend, which for those of you who know me from previous work know that we'll be talking about ideal woman and cave woman in that session. Okay, the third session will be about sex. And And what I have written down here is sugar and spice and everything nice, because somehow conversations about sex help us to feel more okay with ourselves and each other. But I'm going to take a little bit of a scientific angle on this, and I'm going to introduce what's called the inhibitory system and the excitatory system, which makes a unique fingerprint in every woman. Then the fourth topic I would like to talk about is our masculine instincts, which you might think, oh, I thought that was about men, but actually no, every human being has a masculine and a feminine side. But in the case of women, it's really valuable to talk about how our masculine arm, I guess you will, or our masculine strength is actually starting to undermine the feminine flow, and it is sabotaging sisterhood and, in fact, a lot of our happiness. So in terms of the dance, of course, there will be dancing. Probably a good hardcore 45 minutes of it. And so you will find yourself learning practices and techniques to do alone or solo. And also you will be learning partnership and trio work, including echoing each other, mirroring each other, responding to each other, and also dancing in unity with each other. And we will also be doing a bigger group work that I call the circle, which includes joined circles, processions, and spirals. And these are really, I guess, my offerings of celebrational choreography that you could take home and adapt to for your own needs in other communities that you function in. We will also be doing kind of what I call healing practices. So this might look like trance work, or it might also work like witnessing each other. And sometimes that aspect makes women a little bit nervous, but be brave. I know it takes some effort to show up at a belly dance class, especially if you've never done it before. So if you have been to one of my belly dance classes, you could post some encouragement below. And likewise, if you have any questions or comments that I might be able to respond to, I would love to hear what you think about it. And I would love to co-create these November classes in the spirit of sisterhood with you. So I hope if this message is getting to you that you are considering coming, and that I will see you this Wednesday at Prairie Lotus Studio, 6 o'clock. Bye for now.